can't touch me. You can't fucking touch me. Move it, move it. Nice try, Kafka. In there. Walk. That's how you play. Yep. Come on.
All right, let's do this.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the Blue Collar Boys podcast. I am your host, Julia Smith. Last week I had Mark Frederick-Jelly, Reiner Glimpel, and Marcel Kotek joining me. This week I have Dominic Moore, Brendan Stanko, and head coach Gary Estalos. So we're going to introduce them real fast for you guys.
My name is Dominic Moore. I'm a senior forward from Woodhaven, Michigan. Super excited to be on the podcast today, so thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
It's Brendan Stanko here from Howell, Michigan. I'm a center. I'm a sophomore, and I'm very excited to be here.
Good, I'm glad.
My name is Gary Estalos. I'm in my 4th year here at Adrian College, and I'm from Monroe, Michigan. Really also happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you guys are all super excited to be here. So first point we're going to bring up here. So we are recent playoff champions, so congratulations on that, guys.
Thank you.
Super awesome job. So how do you feel about the game? Obviously good because it went well, but, what were your strengths, do you think, as a team, as a line? Because I know that's different plays for everybody. It's not always the same. So, personally, how did you guys feel about all that?
Honestly, it was a tough game because that's a first-round national matchup, so we knew that had a lot of weigh in on it for the future weeks. So we took that game really serious. It was a physical game. We want to send the message early so they know coming down to Dallas that, we're not playing games. This is the year we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But what you're saying with lines and everything, the chemistry was there, that game against Calvin in that championship game. Everybody was working, intensity was there, and we were all really bought into our third goal. So it was a huge week.
Awesome. Love to hear that.
And one thing I really noticed is our forecheck.
Mm-hmm.
It was very strong, and we didn't wait back. We went and took the game to them, and we played blue-collar hockey the whole game. We didn't take any time off, and as soon as that puck dropped, we knew that we were going to play our best.
Hell yeah, that's what we like to hear.
We knew it, and that was just a big thing, especially with our last game before Nationals, to go out there and obviously prove them with a championship, but showing them that we're still here and it's not done yet.
Right, of course. How did it feel obviously it's a little different, you don't play, but.
Sure, yeah. I thought the boys worked hard. They worked hard for a full 60. We have a really good group of guys, really good leadership on the team. So I was proud of their effort, and they competed, they worked hard, and like Dom said, we could see them the first game at Nationals. So it was a good test, and I was happy to see how we played.
Yeah, and that was played in Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah, that was in Grand
That's where
Rapids.
Calvin's from, aren't they? Yeah, that's what I thought. So moving into a little bit about your guys' culture, because obviously this Blue Collar Boys, you guys are blue collar hockey. That is the culture for you guys, and that's how it's always been. I know specifically for you, Dom, as a senior, you kind of almost built this because they had a couple different coaches before, I know,
Right.
and Gary's been with you guys since you've been here. So from your standpoint, as a senior, you're basically building this program. What is blue collar hockey to you? What does that mean?
From when I came into now, blue collar means so much more. It's like showing up every day with that effort to just get it done. We kind of joke around, putting our hard hats on, pack our lunch pails, go to work. We just think of ourselves as blue collar guys who just don't care how the job gets done as long as it gets done. We go in the corners, we do whatever it takes, and on our team, there's no title. It's everybody's blue collar. So it's Coach Gary's really helped emphasize that in our team and change the culture to a winning program now. So it's a cool feeling. And it's great to be a part of.
Good. Glad to hear that. How's it feel for you? I know obviously probably it's a little different. Well, I don't know about different, but.
Coming in as my second year, blue collar was showing up to the rink and giving your all every single day, no matter what. That you were coming to the rink, the guy next to you will take your spot if you slip up a little bit, and that even if it's just a Monday practice where it's copy day, all practice, or it's a pregame skate, that everyone's going to give their hardest. And if they slip up, they're going to get replaced in the lineup.
Right.
And a big thing is showing the freshmen coming in that you need to have this blue-collar mentality no matter what practice, on the weekends, just hanging out with your friends. And it shows. We do a NHL tournament at our house, and it's very competitive. Like, it just shows that no matter what, anyone who comes to play for this team is going to give it their all no matter what.
Right. It's like that friendly competition, like, between each other.
Yes,
But it's
single
like
game.
if you don't push each other, like, you're never going to get better,
Correct.
sort of thing, yeah. So, like, from a coach's standpoint, like, what do you expect from the guys? Like, what do you, try to integrate from the very beginning with them?
Sure. So I think coming in 4 years ago, I had two really good assistants in Kevin Sunday and Max Gavin, and both those guys were alums of the program. And they played for a guy named Dan Phelps, who kind of built this originally, and who did an amazing job kind of getting the program off the ground. So we kind of sat down together and we kind of said, what do we want our identity to be? And there was a bunch of different things of, committing to excellence, blue collar hockey. Right now we have something in our locker room called W2D, which stands for We Too Deep, which we just believe that we try and recruit that if our best player is player 1 and let's say our worst player is 28, that there's really not a gap between those players. And the hope is that work ethic is really defying, those players. So I think I need to talk a little bit louder.
It happens.
That's the biggest thing. So just really having the guys compete. Doesn't matter if it's practice, spin, weights, on the ice. If you come to the rink and you work hard and compete, I think as a group we can be really successful.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know that you guys train, like, a pretty decent amount. Like, you guys do a little bit of everything, I feel like. Like, I feel like anytime I'm in the gym or anything like that, you guys are just always there, always out there, always doing something.
Oh, yeah. We're there.
So, unfortunately, we couldn't do the whole recording thing today. I came to you guys' practice a couple weeks ago and mic'd you guys up. Had some super awesome stuff on there. Oh, my gosh. I was so excited to share it. So I guess I can develop on that a little bit. So one specific guy that I was going to put on there because he did a really good job in communicating, and I think it really showed your guys' culture, was Tyler Fife. He, at first, didn't say much, and I was like, am I going to have a deadbeat recording from him? Because I would be so upset. But that wasn't the case. As soon as he got off the ice, after a couple little, like, crap, some of those, he sat down, whoever's next to him, I'm not sure who was next to him at the time, was like, hey, we did this good, let's try this next time. I looked in here, I could do this next time. And just, like, working with each other to figure out what they can do the next time they're on the ice to play better, to be better. And I thought that was really cool to listen to. And then he got to go out on the ice, and they talked to each other more. There wasn't so much silence. And I thought that was really cool to hear because you don't always get to hear those things, obviously, because there's so much yelling in the stands and everything like that. So I thought that was really cool to hear it, considering he is a sophomore, and, like, that culture is already so, like, dug into him. And I thought that was really cool. So I thought about it, and I just wondered, when you guys come in, I know it's, you said, like, hard work all the time, everything like that. What specifically do you, like, even as teammates, like, what do you tell these guys when they come in? Because, like, I know you have some, like, star players that kind of almost have to get off their high horse from that because they have to come back as a team. So, like, what is that dynamic when they come in? Like, what do you tell them?
Well, like, when they come in, we immediately want to, address the fact that this is a family. This is a family environment. This team's a family. We're here for each other off the ice, on the ice. It doesn't matter. We're always here. And then with that, like, the work ethic comes in. Like, the freshmen come in, they start watching how we skate, how we lift, how we spin, and they just kind of, in order to keep up, there's no other opportunity, there's no other chance. You have to kind of work hard. So,
yeah.
And if not, you won't play and you'll be left behind while everyone else is getting better. So it's really, as soon as they get here, it's something that's known right away.
Right.
And the communication, like you were talking about on the ice and everything, like, that's how we work on things. Like, if we don't talk, if we don't communicate, then we're a different team on the ice. So, like, we have to be talking like that. So
Do you have those days where, like, you kind of don't talk and then you're like, what the hell was that practice?
Yeah, like, there's occasional Mondays where we'll come in 2 days off on the weekend. And, we're a little bit hungover from the weekend, perhaps, just 2 days off, just, like, really not in the hockey mindset.
Yeah.
And coach will, like, let us hear, like, pick it up, open your mouth. And if not, like, we're skating because we're not doing our job. And attention to detail goes a long way here, so.
Yeah, no, definitely, as you can see from all of you guys' success.
For me, obviously coming in as a freshman last year, the biggest thing was finding your role, knowing what your role was to come in and do that thing every single day. And with Fife being mic'd up there, it shows that he has learned his role, that on his line he needs to communicate more and obviously help with them making better plays. But, I mean, the hardest thing for me as coming into freshman was it wasn't being comfortable. It was being comfortable with myself and not letting myself be comfortable with being okay, pushing myself to get better. And I think the freshmen this year have done an extremely good job and helped our team even more to what our freshmen did last year. So I think overall it's just been a great freshman, like incoming freshman classes that our coaches have been bringing in. We've been accepting them the way the team should be.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're being very, very impactful every year, so it's huge.
You don't have a couple who just don't show up here and there. Everyone's bought in. Everyone's filling the water bottles. Everyone's doing the laundry.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nothing
awesome to
left
hear.
behind.
That's hard to come across for teams, to be honest, because not that teams are necessarily broken all the time, but to have such a close-knit team, to realize, okay, no one's going to be on their high horse here because we are a family, we are a team. That's what it's supposed to be like. So that's really awesome to hear that that's, how it goes.
Yeah, I think, for us, we do a lot of team bonding as well. I think we do a lot of stuff outside of the rink that helps. But kind of like on how Dom, mentioned it after training camp, I mean, we take a lot of pride in preaching that this is a family to the guys. And you got to protect each other and care about each other. I mean, in 10 years, these are going to be the guys at each other's weddings. And however many years are going to be at each other's birthdays. The reality is this is a special group, and they're going to remember each other for the rest of their lives. So if there's a kid that doesn't show up to class on Monday because he slept in, you should go knock on the door and say, hey, Johnny, we got to go to class.
Yeah.
So, we do preach it is you have to protect each other, take care of each other, do what's right all the time. And then on the communication factor, I think for us, we have something in practice we call play like a pro. And I think if you go to a pro practice, those guys are chattering nonstop. It's go, 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 communicate. So we do take a lot of pride in communication. And, I think selfishly for me, if you look at Austin Rodebush, who's playing pro right now in Roanoke in the SP, when we do move these guys to these, single A pro leagues, you want them to be prepared. You want them to be ready. So that's kind of another, factor is there is some development here as well. Obviously the majority of our guys are going into the business world or, private sector after, but for those guys that do want to keep playing, you do want to prepare and make sure they're ready.
Yeah, of course. And I know you mentioned you guys had Austin Rodebush go. He goalie, correct?
Right.
Yeah. He's going and playing. I love watching all of their posts and stuff. It's cool to see that. Especially growing up with all of you guys. I've known you since we moved into Herrick Hall. God, that was a place. To say the least.
Best time of my life in Herrick.
By destroying all of the walls and everything.
I essentially met my best friends there, so.
Yeah, that's what we talked about a little bit last time.
Stomping grounds.
Yeah, because Marcel, Frater, and Reiner were all in there with us.
Yep. And then you had Bearsy upstairs, Trout. You had everybody there.
Everybody was there. Aren't you guys not allowed to live there anymore?
Yeah, we got booted. We're in Jarvis now. Team's in Jarvis.
Good.
Walk off the set now.
Did you have to live in Herrick?
I actually have lived off campus since freshman year.
How?
He's privileged.
Oh, got it.
No,
Came in older.
younger.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, diving in a little bit more with the whole culture aspect, you touched on a little bit with classes. So obviously sometimes you don't want to go to class. I don't want to go to class. Who wants to go to class? Nobody. But having your teammates go to class is something that you need to happen. Yeah. And so if you guys find out hey, I don't know, let's throw Bearsy under the bus. Bearsy didn't go to class.
That's a great guess.
I feel like it wasn't that far off. So let's say Bearsy didn't go to class. Are you for real as teammates gonna call him and be dude, what are you doing?
So Bearsy's actually in 3 of my classes a week. So if he doesn't text me by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, our classes are at 4. I'm usually texting him, calling him, yo, wake up or get up or whatever you're doing, get back to me. We have class at 4.
Yeah.
So we hold each other accountable because at the end of the day, we're student athletes. We're here to get an education and hockey follows. If you don't get the school done, hockey, you don't get to play. So
right.
We have to compete in the room too, the classroom, and do our job there, so we can obviously be a beneficiary of society again one day. So
right.
Yeah, we do hold each other accountable though with schoolwork. Yes.
That's good. That's really good to hear because I feel a lot of people don't. It's hard to be hey, you didn't go to class today. Because yeah, I didn't go to class today. What is it? it's like, no, you should probably go.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Like with schooling, it comes first, and hockey obviously comes second. But like schooling's obviously our number one priority, no matter what. Even if you had a bad day in the rink, you still have to go to your classes.
Yeah.
Even like we go to nationals here in a week, and we're gonna miss a whole week of school, and we prepare for it now. We go to all of our classes now, so when we do have time to miss, we can miss. And it won't hurt our grades because we've already talked to the teachers. We've already had it set up. It's just being on top of your stuff and holding each other accountable, like Dom said.
That's hard to do, to be honest. Sometimes, like, procrastination for one. 2, sickness comes in there. You're tired. You're like, I just want to take a nap. All those things happen. But, like, I feel like, especially you guys, because you do travel so much and everything like that, like, you don't really have the time to procrastinate because you're also very motivated behind that. Because you want to play, because you want, to have everybody on your line, be on your line.
I think it's just that we want to just have fun rather than sit there in the classroom and learn. Obviously, the degree is more important than the team, not the team, but the hockey at the end of the day. But I just think as players, we need to have in our mind that schooling is first, and we do, which is, I think, a good thing.
For sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. And I'm sure, like, you expect a lot out of them.
Yeah, I mean, we have study halls. It's kind of toned down now, being towards the end of the year. But, early in the year, we have study halls, especially for freshmen and some guys that maybe aren't doing so well. But you have to, most importantly, we want our guys to graduate in 4 years. It's important. But also, like, if you're not eligible, you can't play.
Yeah.
So, you have to have the certain grade requirements to be eligible to play. So you have to go to class. It's that simple.
Right. Yeah, that's really good, actually, because I feel like most teams, of course, obviously have that, like, go to class, don't miss, otherwise you can't play. But I feel like it just slips through the cracks a little bit.
Sure.
So that's really good to hear that you guys do that. It's hard to tell your friend, like, hey, stop being lazy. Like, get your ass out.
At the end of the day, though, you're doing the right thing because
of
you're
course.
pushing him,
Right.
to get out of that rivet that he's in and to be what he really can be, to his full potential. So
Right. Well, and I'm sure that you would want him to do the same thing at the end of the day.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Yeah.
It's all likewise in our room.
So last time we talked a little bit about this, just like the development of your culture through the past 4 years, specifically for you, and I guess and for Coach, because you're both pretty much came at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. So what does it look like now compared to 4 years ago?
Well, coming in 4 years ago, it was a lot different. I don't think we took practice as serious. I think we would just take practices as like, okay, it's just a time to skate, 2-hour skate, like just go and get your work done and get out. And like as time has gone on, now being a senior, it's like we prepare for practices now because we know if we're prepared for practices, we'll be even better in the game. And it's all about preparation. And the team that's most prepared at the end of the day is the team who's going to win. So we take a lot of pride in preparing for practice, doing the right thing in practice, making the right pass. Like, guys are on each other about the littlest things because attention to detail goes a long way. So it's changed dramatically in the 4 years, and it's changed for the better, to say the least. So, yeah.
That's good. How do you feel like it's changed, like, from a coach's standpoint? Like, what do you see that's different?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, looking at it from, a macro perspective, I've had 4 great captains the last 4 years. Nick Sakalopoulos, we had Fish, we had Archie McKinnon, now Glimpse. So I think we've always had great leaders. I think for me, I'm not the most emotional guy, but you look at your senior group, like the group that I started with and we kind of built, and to see them kind of go through it all is pretty cool. Like, it makes me feel old, but like it's pretty cool. Like, so I've enjoyed seeing them grow and develop and mature, like for sure. Like, Dominic Moore's a freshman, Dominic Moore's a senior. Like
2 different people.
Yeah,
Night and day.
So, I don't know about night and day.
Aaron Bold.
So I'm proud of them. I don't tell them probably enough, but I am proud of them, and it's a really good group of guys for sure.
Yeah, I know. Even like just being like their friend for the past 4 years, they're like completely different people.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand Marcel now, kind of, a little bit more than he could 4 years ago. I feel like Frater actually kind of talks now. I don't feel like he talked 4 years ago that much. Same with Reiner.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
You kept talking all the 4 years.
Yeah, that's just who I am.
You got a little less
That's just
hair
who I
throughout
am.
the years.
Yeah,
But
lost my hair. It's all right. A lot of stress. I want to win.
That's
You're
fair.
just pulling it out in the bathroom.
Just pulling it out every time I don't score. It's ripping it out.
Oh God, I think that's like an issue. You should get that checked out.
No,
man.
I'm just kidding.
So moving in from that was really awesome discussion. Thank you for sharing your guys' team culture with me. We're gonna go into a little segment called Name That Bulldog.
Oh.
So we're gonna see how well you actually know your team. All right.
All right.
Alrighty,
well,
let's do
So
it.
I'm gonna ask you your opinion first, and then I'm gonna give you a couple answers from the guys. So, what is your favorite extracurricular activity outside of hockey? You can't say hockey.
I'd probably say playing NHL with the boys. Shell 20 tournaments.
Okay. All
Beating
right.
Jibo down.
it's definitely the same thing as Dom. I mean,
Oh, come on,
the,
be original.
the tournament's hosted at my house.
Yeah, we're always
so
at
Okay, that's fair.
like
That's
my
fair.
house is kind of like the hangout. Everyone just comes over from at least right after practice until nighttime, and we're just hanging out playing NHL. If it's going to play basketball outside, I mean, it's literally everything. You have a little bit of everything in there, but definitely NHL is the number one
Okay.
with the team.
Can
Coach,
I give
what's
you an
yours?
answer on this one? My favorite outside the rink thing?
Let's
Oh,
hear
I
it.
already know it.
Well,
Cooking.
if it's an athlete or if it's a sport, I would definitely say golf. I like to play a lot of golf. But if it's not a sport, I am a pretty good cook.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty good.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh my God. I love cooking. I would say, I mean, I'll be classic, probably say a steak.
A steak?
Yeah,
Okay. Here's a real test.
Yes.
What do you cook it to?
medium.
Medium?
Yeah.
You have to sear that thing.
No.
Yeah. Well,
What do you get, like a brick?
And Jared Gurneau once taught me how to sear a steak 2 years ago. Best steak cook I've ever had.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he knows how to cook a steak.
All right.
Why? What are you?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Or rare, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Eh, sear it.
No, not that much.
Yeah, not that much.
Not that much.
Yeah, that's too much. I could eat medium. I could totally eat medium.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So here's one of the answers. Guess who this was? They
Okay.
said sleeping.
Oh, man.
Sleeping.
Can
There
I
could
guess?
there could be quite a few guys.
Are we doing 3 guesses or 1 guess?
You get 2 guesses each.
All right. I have one guess.
Okay.
Michael Barrett.
Okay.
Donnie.
Michael Barrett?
Okay.
Guys, come on. Alec Damon.
Oh, Damer.
I guess. I guess
Wow,
he's
I
a
didn't know
sleeper.
he was
I
a
don't
sleeper.
That guy
know.
doesn't leave his room, so that explains it.
So he's not in the Chow
Just
tournaments.
Damer, man.
He is, but he's only showed up twice.
He's bad. Damer's really bad at Chell.
Oh.
He brought the
oof.
PS2 over the other day,
Yeah, we
so
were
I think
playing
he's a little
PGO
older.
6.
Oh,
That's
so he's a little behind in the time. Got it.
Just a little bit.
And then someone said, oh, God, I hope you guys get this one. Watching Grey's Anatomy.
Oh.
Is that a fake answer? Is that
No,
a-
that's
that
a
real?
real answer.
Crazy. All right, I got one.
Who is it?
Dylan Kent.
Okay.
Mike Finger.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Dakota Bond?
Guys, you don't know your team. It's Fratter.
What? What? He's already got a doctor's degree. Why does he need to learn more?
This is how he's getting it.
He's
Grey's
pre-med, right?
Anatomy
Yeah.
all the way.
Of course, that's such a pre-med answer.
Oh,
All right.
I'm surprised.
What is your guys' best part, like favorite part about the trips with the team?
The roadies?
Yes.
Easily just being on the bus, like 12 hours with 28 guys.
Yeah,
who,
I'm sure that's really
You
fun.
can just do whatever you want with it. It's just fun, man. Hanging out with the boys, like being a 24-year-old, like still being able to act like a kid.
Yeah.
Act
No,
like a
that's fair.
12-year-old, like my brother does. Like it's just like almost like never growing up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like being a kid again, going to the hotels with my dad. Like,
Yeah.
It just brings a lot back, and
That is nice.
I really appreciate it. And again, you're spending time with your best friends, your brothers, so
Yeah.
it's really not even time wasted.
Right.
Definitely spending time on the road with the boys is definitely the best part about that. I mean, like Dom said, no other better time than going on a 12-hour bus ride. Like you're 16 again, first year of juniors. Like it's just you love it and you wish it could never stop.
Yeah. No, I bet.
For sure, being on the bus.
Yeah. You guys are really original.
For me, I get to kind of see the kids' personalities because
Yeah.
during practice they don't really give me a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but when I get to see them like come out of their shell and be kids, it's pretty cool to see. It's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So this answer, we have story time with vets. It's our favorite part.
Story
So it's a
time with
rookie.
vets.
So it's a rookie.
Story time with vets.
I don't even know what this means. Is this during court or something?
It's just
Just back of the
just
bus.
back of the
road
bus
trips.
story times with the
It's like
vets.
way in the back. You know how they all
Yeah,
get
the
their
seniors
hammocks.
the seniors
Their
sitting way
favorite
back.
thing is the-
I'm gonna have to say Sam Spade.
Okay.
Story time. I'm gonna have to do Hank. Hank.
He's a funny dude.
He is.
I'm gonna say has to be a rookie. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I'll go Shooker.
Wow.
Dakota.
Wow.
I literally thought that I had that.
Dakota.
I'm sure you
I
did.
thought I had that.
All right. This is a hard one because, everyone hates it. Best part about Richie.
There is nothing good about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Easy.
I'm off the meal plan. I cook my own meals every day, so I'm blessed to say that I don't have to eat the Richie.
Me too. Me too. Hell yeah.
I'm there with you. I have no meal plan.
Woohoo! Let's
Coach?
go.
The question was, what's the best thing at Richie?
Yeah.
For me, it's the smoker, probably. They have pretty good brisket, so I'm all over it.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
It's like once a month, though.
Okay. The answer was, they said, I don't know if I'd survive one day without the Mongolian grill.
Who goes?
There was someone who's on the team who always eats it. Oh, I got
Shuck.
it. Hank.
Dylan Kent.
Hank.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That is the first
Wow.
time you've gotten it right. I'm just going to put that out there, guys. Go, coach.
Wow.
I'm one for my last one.
So 1-0-0. Next question.
Okay. And then these are kind of just open-ended because it was kind of hard to, tally them. So who's the sassiest on the team? One answer.
Sassy. Tyler Fife.
That's a pretty good answer.
Tyler Fife.
Pretty good answer.
With the freshman this year, it's got to be Dylan Kent. He has a comment
That
for
was a pretty
every
common answer.
single thing.
I got 3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear them.
I got Dylan Kent. I got Shaggy. And Secret Sass is Hank.
Nice.
Secret
Didn't get
Sass.
it.
Secret
Hank.
Sass.
All right.
No one knows. It's Secret Sass.
Low-key sass.
Low-key Sass.
Who's the funniest?
Probably me.
Shut up. No, it's not.
Honestly, the funniest is probably Kotek.
He is pretty funny.
Kotek is hilarious.
He is a really funny dude.
It's like on a bus, 12 hours.
Pichu.
Oh man, that guy just smacks me in the head all the time. But it's like funny jokes come behind.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But he's a character, man.
He
That
is,
guy's
to
a
say the least,
character.
anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say either Kotek or Mason Vaughn.
Mason's hilarious.
Mason has done some
He
very funny
cracks
stuff.
me up.
Yeah, Bonner's funny.
Yeah, I'd probably go Kotek, but Vonner's funny too.
All right, all right. And then lastly is most likely to spend time in the box.
Well, Bearsy got a 10-minute this year.
was gonna say, Bearsy
I'm
does.
going Bearsy.
Bearsy wins.
I'm going Jordan
He's
Oshaway.
goalie.
Yeah. I was
Oshaway?
gonna say Osh too, man.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah, that was a pretty common answer. And Frat got on there a couple times.
Frat has had a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Frat.
Dr.
Frat, Grey's Anatomy, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, so those are all the questions I got for you guys. I want to thank you all for coming on the show with me. It means a lot. I am super excited to see you guys play that national tournament game, so good luck on that.
Thank you so much.
I am Julia Smith on the Blue Collar Boys podcast, and we will join you next week.